Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and we are back with another random match here on WWE 2K16. This is our final video of the day, and it's going to be Samoa Joe taking on Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Now, in case you've only just tuned in, basically what we've been doing today is we have uploaded all of the matches from tonight's NXT Takeover Dallas event. Basically just sort of a prelude to show you guys exactly what's going to be happening tonight, and hopefully give you some indication of what you may see. Of course, we've already uploaded Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson. We've also uploaded Revival against American Alpha. Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. Asuka taking on Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. Sami Zayn taking on Nakamura. And of course, this is our last match, Samoa Joe taking on Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Now, I have already recorded this match once, believe it or not. And it ended in a count-out. So, I'm recording it again just to see if we get a better finish. I might still even upload the count-out one as well. It was a pretty decent match. Samoa Joe lost by count-out when he was fisherman's busted through the announce table by Finn Balor. It was a pretty damn good match, but I really wanted to get a better finish to this match. So yeah, I'll still upload that one as well, but I think I'll upload hopefully a better match in this one, because that one only lasted about 4 minutes as well, so it was a bit of a pointless match, but hopefully this one will be pretty good. Now, what I expect to happen in this match this evening, I'm expecting Samoa Joe to defeat Finn Balor and take the NXT Championship. That will allow Finn Balor to move up to the main roster without any more ties to NXT, debut the new Bulletproof gimmick and the new Bulletproof stable of Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson as well, which I think is probably going to happen very, very close to WrestleMania, most likely on the Raw after WrestleMania. So that's what I think will happen, and then probably Samoa Joe will stay in NXT maybe for one more takeover, and then he'll probably lose the championship to one of the big faces. Not sure who that will be, bearing in mind that Sami Zayn and Finn Balor are both moving up to the main roster. Big faces, you're then left with Apollo Crews, and then of course the debut in Aries and Nakamura probably going to be big faces in NXT as well. So I would imagine one of those three guys will take on Samoa Joe at the next pay-per-view and win the belt from him, and then Joe will move up to the main roster as well. But that's just what I think is going to happen. Let me know in the comment section below what you think is going to happen. Of course, there's not a lot of time until NXT TakeOver Dallas actually happens. Basically, like I said earlier, we've uploaded all of the matches from the NXT TakeOver Dallas, Texas event today. We've uploaded one on the hour every hour for the last 6 hours. And on Sunday, we're going to do exactly the same thing with WrestleMania, so be sure to keep an eye out for that as well. Of course, WrestleMania is a lot bigger. I think there's about 11 or 12 matches based on WrestleMania already. If we can assume that, of course, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho is going to be a match. Of course, the WrestleMania ones are going to be Triple H versus Roman Reigns, Undertaker versus Shane O'Mac in a Hell in a Cell, Lesnar versus Ambrose in a street fight, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch in a triple threat. And we're going to do the New Day versus the League of Nations. That's going to have to be a 6-man tag rather than a 4-on-3 because of the constraints of the game. We're going to do a 6-man ladder match rather than a 7-man. It's going to be Owens defending his Intercontinental Championship against Zayn, Stardust, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara and Ziggler. Of course, Kalisto versus Ryback for the United States Championship. The Usos versus the Dudleys. Natalya, Paige and Brie Bella taking on Lana, Tamina and Naomi. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, and of course that 20-man Battle Royal as well. I think, well, it's normally 30, but rumour has it this year it's only going to be 20, I think, because they've got a lot of guys in matches on WrestleMania. Maybe there's not enough to do 30-man Battle Royal, so I think it's going to be 20 men this year. And I think, from what I can understand, it looks like the Wyatt family are probably going to dominate that Battle Royal. Of course, Bray Wyatt's still suffering with a back injury, so he'll be involved in that, but at a very limited capacity. And I think Braun Strowman is sort of linked to win that. I don't know if that's right or not. Of course, Luke Harper's recently been injured after Raw last week, so that's a big shame. So I don't think he's going to feature at WrestleMania. That's a big, big shame. But who knows? It could be very, very interesting to see what happens. As Finn completing his entrance. Finn Balor's entrance is the longest in the game by a clear mile. I think we're into 5 minutes into this video now, and Finn Balor's still milking his entrance. It's a shame we can't have the music on, because it's so much better with the music, but because of copyright rules on YouTube, that's why a lot of YouTubers have to mute all the music and stuff like that. But it's still a pretty cool entrance nonetheless. And it is so accurate because because they got Finn to do it in motion capture, so they dressed him up in a suit with all the little points on it so they could track all of his body movements, and that is why the entrance is so perfect. And that's what it's all about, the NXT Championship, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. Like I said, I expect Joe to win the belt this evening at Takeover. I think it will just free Balor up to start that new storyline on the main roster with Bulletproof. There's the challenger, Samoa Joe. The second time he's challenged for this championship now. Of course, challenged at TakeOver London as well. And there is your champion, the Demon, Finn Balor. And I'm glad he only puts the paint on for pay-per-views, because it really does make it a lot more special. And I wonder if he does move up to the main roster, whether he should cut down the paint a bit more as well. Maybe have it every other pay-per-view or something like that, rather than... Because I should imagine Finn Balor will be someone who gets on quite a few of the pay-per-view cards, so I would imagine that... well, if they do go for the roster split, like I've been talking about quite a bit today, then potential maybe only having a pay-per-view every other month, so 6 pay-per-views a year, and maybe that would really help Finn Balor. Just to try and keep things like the Demon as more of a special event, because if it happens too often, if it happens every few weeks, it's really going to start to take away from how good it is. At the moment, NXT, this paint is only happening like 4 times a year, so it really is good. When it happens, you get really excited about it. I remember the first time I saw Finn Balor come out in the paint, and I was so happy, because I really didn't think WWE would let him do it. I don't know why. I just thought, well, this is what he's done in NJPW, this is what he did in the indie scene. I don't think they'll allow him to do it, especially with a lot of his paints sort of looking like a lot of the Marvel characters, so I thought there might be some legal issues there, but they've allowed Finn to go ahead and paint himself up, and I was so happy. Finn now sending Joe across the ring, catched him with a drop kick. Like I said, the second time I've recorded this video now, the first one ended in a count out when Finn went crazy and put Samoa Joe through the announce table with that Fisherman's Buster. And Finn fully in control of this match at the moment over Samoa Joe as well. We've seen some very interesting matches actually this evening, so really worth a watch. If you've not seen them all, there will be a link to the description. There'll be a link to the playlist in the description, so you can check them out. And of course, all the other matches in our random match series as well will be on there. We have had some really, really good ones. And I think one of them actually is my most watched video now. I've just realised that I've been looking through my videos a minute ago, and our match between Kalisto and Neville is actually over 11,000 views. Now that's insane. I remember when my channel only had like 200 views on all my videos combined. Now I get 11,000 views on one video. So thank you very much to everybody who has watched that video. It does mean a lot to me, because I've only done this for a bit of fun as a little hobby. So to see some of you guys, of course, I've got over 2,000 subscribers now as well, which is insane to me. I'm at 165,000 views. It's just amazing. I really am shocked, and I want to thank all of you guys for supporting me throughout this as well. I know it's been a bit hectic the last few months. I've not really uploaded much because of my new job, but hopefully I'll be able to start to pick things up a bit more now. I'll do a lot more of these random matches. Not quite sure the Universe mode is going to be going ahead yet. It might be another month or so before I can start to look at doing that again. But I will be doing some other stuff as well. I've still did my Foot Manager, the Gibraltar Challenge, of course. Mainly because I recorded about 50 episodes in the first weekend that I did the game, so I've been uploading. I've not played the Foot Manager game for a long time now, but I've had so many episodes recorded that I could go ahead and do all of that. Great gut buster there by Finn Balor. I want to get back onto Fallout 4 pretty soon as well, because I'm nowhere near getting through that. And a new game that I want to try and record at some point is RimWorld, which majority of you probably never heard of before, but it's an incredible game, so keep an eye out for that. It really is a fun one, so I will hopefully be uploading a couple of mini-series on that. They're not going to be long ones, but they're definitely going to be worth it. Finn now up on the top rope. Is he looking for an early coup de grace? No, he went for a big splash instead on Samoa Joe. Finn now bringing Joe back up to his feet. Sends him into the corner. Joe fights back with a big elbow. Finn with the elbow to the back of the head of Samoa Joe now. Takes him up on the shoulders again. And a big kick to the head. Very similar to the GTS. Talking of the GTS, I'm sure we'll be seeing Hideo Itami coming back pretty soon as well. He's been out for almost a year now with that injury. It was a pretty bad injury when it did happen, I think. It was a shoulder injury, I believe, but I think he's due back pretty soon. Hopefully pretty soon. Anyway, I think it'd be great to see himself and Nakamura as well. And it will really help bolster up the NXT top end as well. If Hideo Itami was to come back and maybe fight off against Samoa Joe for that NXT Championship, that's a possibility as well. I know there's been a big chunk of time between the last set of NXT tapings and this NXT Takeover Dallas event, so you never know. I think Hideo could be back fit. It's the sort of thing you never know with these sort of guys because they keep it so secret. It's like the Sami Zayn one. Nobody knew he was going to come back until he sort of returned at NXT Takeover London. Finn now throwing Joe into the corner. Brings him out slightly. Good look for that big drop kick, baby. There it is. Drop kicking Joe straight into the corner. Going to bring Joe out the hard way to that little powerbomb. Finn straight into the pin. 1, 2. Only enough for a 2 count. And a big kick to the back of Samoa Joe as well. Joe back up to his feet with Finn catching that punch to the back, and Joe with a couple of short jabs, taking control, throwing Finn into the corner. Joe spinning Finn round now. What's he got planned here? Oh, is he going to go for a muscle? But he is. He's got it locked in. Out of nowhere, Samoa Joe hitting Finn Balor with a muscle buster. Is that going to be all? Is we going to have a brand new NXT champion here? Samoa Joe taking a bit too long, but is it still going to be enough? 1, 2, and just Joe stunned as Finn kicks out on a 2 count as well. Not even close to a 3. I think Joe needs to wear Finn Balor down a bit more. He hit the muscle buster, but apart from that, there's not been a lot of aggression from Joe so far. Joe sending Finn face first into the turnbuckle. And now catching that big German suplex. Joe rolls Finn over and locks in the reverse dragon sleeper. But Finn's feet were underneath the bottom rope and the referee makes Joe break the hold. Finn tripping Joe over now. Getting back into this one, bringing Joe back up to his feet, and oh, Finn using his strength, taking Joe up into a sit-up powerbomb. 2, and Joe kicks out. Not a lot of life in that kick out though. Finn bringing Joe back up to his feet. Went to catch him with that diving knee, but I think Joe caught Finn in that backdrop. And again, Finn playing possum on the ground, tripping Joe as he brought him back up to his feet. And here he goes, reverse Bloody Sunday, and hits it. Joe very close to the ropes though. Finn's going to have to pull him away, I think, to avoid the rope break. He does now in for the pin. He goes, this could be all. 1, 2. No, and Joe kicks out now as well. Finn Balor with a drop kick to the back of the head of Samoa Joe. Rolls him over. Kick to the gut. Now drop kick to the back of the head of Samoa Joe. Finn really trying to surgically take out every single body part of Samoa Joe here. Big kick to the back of Joe as well. Bringing Joe back up to a standing base. Into the corner he goes. And now Finn's taking Joe up onto the top turnbuckle. What's he got planned here? Looking for a high impact move. Oh, what? Oh, reverse. I thought he was going to go for a super reverse Bloody Sunday then, but it was a reverse suplex, a reverse superplex. And that could be all, you know. 1, 2. And it is! That reverse superplex from the top rope was enough to keep Samoa Joe down. And Finn Balor successfully defends his NXT Championship. Like I said, this is not the way I expected to go this evening. I fully think that Samoa Joe is going to walk out of NXT TakeOver Dallas with the NXT Championship. And Finn Balor will then move up to the main roster after WrestleMania. That's what I think is going to happen. Not saying it necessarily will. Let me know in the comment section below what you think is going to happen in a few hours' time. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to upload these videos, but they can't be too long until NXT Takeover Dallas begins. I think this might be uploaded towards the 9 or 10 o'clock in the UK time, which is about 3 hours before the beginning of Takeover Dallas. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below is going to happen. It's been a good match, this one, actually. It's been a good match. I'm not quite sure if I'll upload the first take. Of course, it ended in a count-out victory for Finn Balor. I probably will upload it as well. It's worth a watch, just to see Finn Balor put Samoa Joe through the announce table with the Fisherman's Buster. And of course, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. It does really help me out. It makes the video easier to find. There's that reverse suplex, or reverse superplex, should I say, off the top, which won the match. Yeah, please hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. Makes the video easier to find. Helps grow the channel and get more subscribers and that sort of stuff, which is my ultimate gain, really, is just to try and grow the channel as much as I possibly can. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for a lot more. Like I said, if you check out the link in the description, it will take you to the playlist for all of our random matches for 2K16. And of course, this Sunday coming up, we'll be uploading all of the WrestleMania matches as well, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all on Sunday for WrestleMania.